Hi everyone and welcome back. It's been a while since I filmed a YouTube video, so I thought I would do a little update as my first video before I get started into my regular filming. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that I'm wearing my precision tinted lenses. I have Mears-Arlen syndrome, which is a visual processing difficulty. I also have migraine, and my migraine is triggered by lighting, so I'm photosensitive. And I have dyslexia. My glasses really help me to make sense of the world. They help my brain process things, and they are a really important part in my management of these conditions. I will leave a link to some information on precision tinted lenses as well as Mears-Arlen syndrome, dyslexia and photosensitive migraine if you're interested in learning more. But I will be wearing my glasses in all of my videos. Tutorials, I'll take them off to do the tutorial, but the vast majority of the time I will be wearing my glasses because I'm really struggling with my words, and although they don't solve it entirely, my glasses really do help my brain sort of make sense of things and me actually be able to get the words out properly. You might also have noticed that my hair is straight. Previously it's been curly, and that was because I was on a medication that actually had that as a side effect. Loved it as a side effect, but now that I'm not on that medication anymore, my hair is back to being straight. So that's why my hair looks different. I've also lost quite a lot of weight. I've lost over 2 stone. And again, that was weight that I put on because of a medication. Most of it's come off. I think I've got around about 1 stone left before I'm at my comfortable weight. But I do feel so much happier in myself and in my body now that I'm not significantly overweight for what is normal and comfortable for me. Another thing that's impacted my weight loss is that I have recently found out that I have esophageal dysmotility and non-erosive reflux disease. Now, the reflux disease doesn't really affect me. I'm on medication for it, but it's kept well under control. The esophageal dysmotility causes me a lot of chest pain when I eat, and it causes me difficulty with swallowing. Or no, that's not true. It's hard to describe. I feel like something's stuck in my throat when I swallow. That's meant that I've not been eating as much, so I think that has contributed to my weight loss, even though the majority of it was because of my medication and stopping the medication. One of the biggest reasons I've not been on YouTube is that I've been going through the unbelievably stressful process of applying for personal independence payment. Now, personal independence payment is the new version of disability living allowance. I applied in January 2015 and unfortunately was rejected. So we had to go to tribunal. The first tribunal was in the summer of 2015, but unfortunately there was a conflict of interest on the panel. One of the panel members thought he knew me from when I was at music college, so that had to be put on hold, and I had to have a second tribunal date. Now, during the first tribunal I became extremely ill. The stress affected my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is a condition I have been diagnosed with since I've been on my YouTube break, but I have done a vlog for the tests I went through, so I will link that for you if you're interested. Because of my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, it was agreed that I would benefit from having the tribunal in my house, but unfortunately it took a very, very long time for that to be organised. So my tribunal didn't actually take place until the 5th of May 2016. Now, at the tribunal it was agreed that I am eligible for personal independence payment, and the decision for both daily living and mobility were overturned. This was a huge relief for me because I knew I fit the category to meet the criteria for personal independence payment. The reason I was turned down was based solely on the assessor's report. Someone comes and assesses you, and then they write to the DWP and say, this is what we think. Unfortunately, there were a number of inaccuracies on the assessor's report, she put that I can walk to the end of the road and just left it there, when actually I can't. I can walk to the end of the road, which is about 100 metres, once a month, and it will leave me in so much pain I can't get out of bed for 3 days. The DWP base their decision on what you can do 50% of the time. So this omission by the assessor led the DWP to think that I didn't qualify for the mobility help. The assessor also made similar errors in her assessment for the daily living component for me. So I've just had a big chunk of back pay come through, so that means I got the money from January 2015 as a lump sum. But what that means in a practical sense is that I've had to go without the things I need for more than a year. There are lots of different aids and appliances I need that would make my life so much easier, including I need new glasses. So this colour isn't right for me at the moment, but I haven't had the money to go and have the colorimetry test done and buy the new lenses and buy new frames because these ones are falling apart. I haven't had the money to get down to Essex to do that either, as well as many other things. So the system is letting people down. Currently, 65% of people who appeal their PIP decision have the decision overturned. The numbers shouldn't be that high. So the DWP are either making an incorrect decision, or they're making the right decision based on an incorrect assessor's report, which was what happened in my case. If I were the DWP, I would have made exactly the same decision based on the assessor's report. However, they ignored letters from my consultants that back up what I'm saying, and we had to go to tribunal, and the tribunal then decided that actually I was entitled, as I'd been saying all along, to personal independence payment. Now you might remember that just before I went on my YouTube break, I needed to start using crutches to help me manage my pain and my joint instability. I'm still using my crutches, but I now also have a wheelchair. I started off with just a standard folding wheelchair that my parents bought me as a stopgap chair until I got my NHS wheelchair. Unfortunately, the stopgap chair had to last longer than we anticipated because I had problems with my wheelchair services, which I won't go into detail about. I will leave a link for you if you're interested in that, because it's quite stressful. I don't want to get into it and upset myself. I got my active user chair at the end of October, and after a few months it had to be sent back to the company who make it for repair. It would appear that a bearing in one of the back wheels went. I was having difficulty moving the chair. One of the wheels was kicking back and pushing my shoulder back. It was making a funny clicking sound, and one of the caster wheels was lifting. The clicking sound has been solved, and the wheel kicking back and pulling my shoulder back has been solved, but unfortunately the raising caster wheel hasn't. I suspect that the frame has been warped by the bearing going in the back wheel. That can happen very quickly. So now the chair's had to go back again. This is really frustrating for me, because the NHS are only able to provide me with a standard chair as a loan chair, and unfortunately I can't push myself using the standard chair. I've injured myself a number of times attempting to do so. So until I get my new chair back, I am going to have to rely on other people to take me out. I do have a mobility scooter, but unfortunately I've been having trouble with the battery, and that is in the process of being repaired at the same time as my wheelchair. Now, a lot of people think that needing to use a wheelchair is a bad thing, and it's really not. I was housebound for 3 months, and that was really hard to deal with on top of what I was going through with the DWP as well. When I got my wheelchair, it was my freedom. I was finally able to go out into the outside world and do things and enjoy things. I in terms of what you can expect from this channel now, I would like to switch things up a bit and not just have beauty videos. I will carry on with those, but I also want to introduce some chronic illness and disability related videos, as well as some vlogs. I'm hoping with my vlogs to be able to demonstrate that you can go out and enjoy yourself and have fun when you have a disability, and also show some of the accessibility issues, and also kind of good things where people have really thought about accessibility within my vlogs. My plan at the moment is to try and upload once a week. Sometimes you might get 2 videos a week, and sometimes you might get none. This is because my health is very precarious at the moment. I'm having a lot of difficulty doing basic daily things, and I don't want to put pressure on myself to film more than I'm able to. I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff that I wanted to say. I've already filmed this video previously, and I was having difficulty with the footage because my computer is so old it wasn't able to process what the quality my camera was what my camera was filming in. So I've fiddled around with the settings. I don't know, I feel like I've forgotten the stuff, but I'm going to leave it there for today. If I have forgotten anything, I will let you know. Oh, there we go. In terms of videos, they will probably be filmed about a month in advance. So that doesn't matter too much with content like this, where it's just a sit down and chat to you video. But in terms of vlogs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put somewhere in the description, somewhere near the top, the day that it was filmed, because I know that in my first vlog that's going to go up, I've talked about not having the money from my PIP yet, and actually that has now come through, but I didn't have it when I filmed the video. I didn't know when it was going to come through. So I'll try and put a date so you've got some kind of idea of where everything fits in, just in case I'm doing sit down videos like this and I say something and then a vlog that has been filmed previously contradicts what I've said because it's been uploaded later. So that is my plan, and I'll see how it goes. I am going to take a little bit of time to get used to filming again, so please bear with me. If there are any videos you would like to see me do, then please let me know in the comments below, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!